Hey Caffeinated Fitness community. This video we're going to go over a 5-minute warm-up. Now in a perfect world you have about 10 to 15 minutes to devote to a thorough full body dynamic warm-up, and pretty soon I actually will be recording a similar video that does show you how to design and go through a full warm-up like that. But sometimes we don't have that kind of time. We don't live in a perfect world, right? So what you can do is devote 5 minutes. I always recommend that you warm up. So please, no matter what, take out 5 minutes from your workout. It's better to devote that 5 minutes to your warm up than to put yourself at risk for injury. And you're not gonna be as effective in your movements. So take that. So 5 minutes to do your warm up. Now, you can do 5 minutes of yoga sun salutations. So if you do yoga, flowing through the sun salutations for 5 minutes is actually a really good full body warm up. Try to do the push-ups and chaturanga, even if it means doing them from your knees. That'll get your upper body warmed up. So feel free to use that option. But that being said, I'm going to walk you through a short warm-up. I've already timed it myself, so it does actually take 5 minutes once you're going from one move to the next. This video will be a little bit longer so I can tell you how to perform the movements. All right, that being said, you're gonna start with glute bridges. So I'm gonna give you 2 options based on your fitness level. And I'm sorry if I have to move the camera, but I don't yet have a tripod, so I'm trying to make sure you can see me in the video. All right, so butt on the ground, feet about 1 foot away from your butt, root your heels into the ground, lay down, low back and shoulders in, palms down, using only your glutes, squeeze up. It's just gonna meet your quads. We don't wanna use the low back, so no hyperextending like this. Make sure you're just meeting your quads. Glute squeezed, come up. That's it. It's very simple, but it's going to work on warming up your glutes and your hamstrings. If that's a little bit too easy for you, tuck one knee in, square off your hips so they stay even as you, again, squeeze up with the glutes. You don't want to fall to the side that has the bent knee, so make sure that those hips are square. Either way, you're going for 10 reps. So whether you're doing 2-legged or single-legged, it's 10, and that means single-legged is 10 on both sides. So glute bridges first. Then Y's, T's, and A's. This is fantastic for your shoulders, both for mobility and getting them warmed up. So these are prone Y's, T's, and A's. So you're gonna face down on the ground. I'm only gonna show you this so that you can see it, but you're not gonna be able to hear me, so I'm gonna explain it to you as well. So prone, lying face down, chin is tucked, so you're not straightening your neck open like this. But after you have that, you're gonna have your hands out in a Y shape in front of you. I'm gonna scoot back so you can see me a little bit more. There we go. A Y shape in front of you, 30 to 45 degrees away from your head. Thumbs are pointing up towards the ceiling. Again, your neck should actually be tucked in, and you're just gonna raise them up, squeezing, and come back down. It's all in the shoulder. Try to relax your glutes so you can really focus on the shoulder complex. You're gonna perform 7 Ys, and then you're gonna move your hands straight up to the side. Again, thumbs towards the ceiling, head's gonna be down, and you're just gonna raise them straight up. Perform 7 of those are the T's, and then your hands are gonna go back, again, 30 to 45 degrees away from your hips. Palms are gonna face up this time, and these are the A's. All right, so hopefully you can see what I was doing. Those are prone Y's, T's, and A's. Again, you're doing 7 of each, all in the shoulder. If you find yourself jerking anywhere else, make the movements a little bit smaller until you get that range of motion developed. So in case you just couldn't see what I was doing, Y's are straight out like this. Try to keep your elbows straight as much as possible. T's, straight out to the side. A's, back like this. You'll notice Y's, T's, and A's coming up in programs later on of different varieties. So once you finish those, you're gonna do squat to stand up. All right, so you're gonna take a squat position with your feet. If you don't know what that is yet, assume about shoulders width distance. Toes can be pointed straight ahead or slightly out, not too much out. You're gonna grab your toes, spine is long, pull your hips down. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys, I am so tight when it comes to air squats of any kind. So if you were wondering, like, why is she not all that far down? That's why. If you can go further down, by all means do. Try to keep your arms in between your knees, and then you're gonna stand up looking through your legs. And that stretches your hamstrings. Then you're gonna pull your hips back down, spine stays long, try to look forward, and then stand up. Pull the hips down, and look through. Now, as with any squat, you're gonna make sure that your spine is long before going deep. You never wanna compromise your strong back for going deeper, basically, if that makes any sense. So again, if you can go deeper than I can, great. If you actually have trouble even doing that, you can raise your heels on a couple weight plates or a couple books, perhaps, to make that a little bit easier. All right, you're gonna perform 10 squat to stand-ups, and then you're going to proceed to a thoracic reach and rotate. So your thoracic spine is your mid-spine, right about here. Many of us get tight there, especially if you work at a desk, if you're sitting for most of the day. So you're gonna get on all fours, hands and knees, making sure that your back is flat, your nice tabletop position. With your left hand, you're gonna root your palm into the ground. Let's get over a little bit more so you can see me. Palm is completely connecting with the ground, driving into the ground, in fact. All right, so next we're gonna do a thoracic reach and rotate. You're gonna get on your hands and knees in a tabletop position, nice flat back. You're going to press your left palm actively into the ground while also lifting up through the shoulders. What we don't want to have is collapse into the shoulder or any kind of lax arm or anything like that. It's an active arm the whole time. Then you're going to reach your right arm through the window here on the left side, and then you're going to open up towards the ceiling on the left side. Now, it's called thoracic, again, it's your mid-spine, right around the ribs. Reach and rotate is not for your low back. So we're not trying to get the biggest reach you can possibly get. We're just trying to move through the mid-spine. That's all. All the while maintaining that active arm. So you're gonna do 5 reach and rotates on the right side, and then on the very final rep, after you've done 5, you're gonna loop the arm through one more time, all the way, ear and cheek come to the ground. Stretch it out for 10 seconds or 3 deep breaths. And you should feel a nice stretch across your back and around the shoulder. And then once you finish that, you're just going to complete on the other side. So right palm driving into the ground, active shoulder, active arm, reach through, only going through the mid-spine, open up towards the ceiling. You may notice that one of your sides is more or less mobile than the other. That's definitely true for me. And you're going to do 5 of those. After that 5th rep, you're going to loop it through one more time. Ear and cheek go to the ground. Ten seconds or 3 deep breaths there. All right, once you finish with those, you're going to finish with some bear crawls. You'll actually be in that exact same position that you were just in. So I'm not sure why I got up. So starting that tabletop position, you want to have your wrists right below your shoulders, knees start right below your hips, and then you're going to have your toes. I'm going to show you from different positions. Feet are flexed, so your toes are into the ground, and then you're going to lift your knees just a little bit, 1 to 2 inches, no more than that. Once you do that, you'll immediately feel your core engage. And what you're going to do is your opposite hand and opposite foot are going to slowly inch forward. You can also go backward or side to side. Try forward first though, because it's actually kind of hard. So the key points here are flat back. Your hips are not supposed to sway. Just inching small movements, really slow and controlled. It's all about control. The slower you go, the harder it will be actually. You'll see all kinds of bear crawls, but this is the kind I want you to do. You can imagine that you have a china plate on your back, maybe from your grandmother, and you don't want to break it, so you're trying to maintain that nice, neutral, low back. When it's not for warm-up, you can always put a weight, but for warm-ups, you don't need a weight back there. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's going to be a little strange coming across the video, but I think you get the point. Tabletop position, knees just barely off the ground. opposite hand, opposite foot, moving simultaneously, slow, controlled movement, no swaying, nothing crazy is happening here. I feel like you're really getting it that you go backward, which is way harder for me personally. I have to really think about what I'm doing. And like I said, you can also go side to side. 15 seconds of a bear crawl. If you have a timer, great. If not, just guess 15 seconds. That'll really warm up your whole body. You can probably tell I'm starting to feel a little warm myself. Last but not least, 15 seconds, your cardio of choice. This can be jumping jacks, high knees, butt kicks, burpees or sprawls, jump rope, anything you like. It's 15 seconds, just grab something. You can dance if you want to, it doesn't really matter. You're just gonna get the blood flowing and the heart going. So you can do full jumping jacks, make sure you use full range of motion, high knees, butt kicks, whatever you feel like. Sprawls, I love sprawls. Hands down, jump back, jump forward, stand up. Your choice, 15 seconds. Once you know what these exercises are, this will all take you exactly 5 minutes to perform, which is perfect. Gets everything ready to go. It works for pretty much any kind of workout, and you'll be safe and primed for a good, solid training session.